Hello everybody, hope you all are doing well. As you can see, we have life, so we give thanks as usual, and we give thanks and praises to the Most High, because you don't know, without him we're nothing, and he blessed us with the life, and so we need to be grateful and give thanks. So I want to get into something very deep today, and when I say deep, very deep, because these are sayings that we have become accustomed to saying. Even me, I used to say it too, until I come into a realization that it's not always the case. And I'm hoping you will probably look into all of this from what I've discussed today. And we shouldn't be afraid to vent and speak about these things. Some people might get offended, some might not, but hey, it is what it is, because at the end of the day, there have to be some kind of balance and truth instead of continuous pretense and hypocrisy. I've wrote down these sayings that we normally say. There's some truth to them, but there's also some lies when it comes to them as well. Let me give you the ones I'm talking about, which I'll be discussing. The one that say there is one race, the human race. Love is the key. Love is love. Love conquers all. But is that always the case? Love is love. Love conquers all. Let me make this clear. You can love people, love them, love them, love them, try to show them love. But there are some people out there, their heart is so cold and they're filled with hate and evil. It doesn't matter what amount of love you give to them or show to them, it will never change them, because they're just so filled with hate and their thoughts are just constantly on evil and wickedness. So that love conquers all, it don't wash well. It cannot sort out people like that. Come back again. Two people in a relationship, say a man and a woman, vice versa, it could be either the man or the woman's family, but let me just use woman for because I'm a woman speaking. Say the woman enters into a man's family and she become to know that the family, they disapprove of the relationship, they don't like the woman, they hate her, they don't like her. But this woman and this man still decide to go ahead with the relationship and get married and so on. The guy decide that, he's gonna give up on his family because he loves this woman, to go be with this woman. And that's even gonna make the family hate the woman even more. And they say, oh, love is love. Common sense conquers all in these scenarios. Common sense. Because remember, you as a woman is going to have to live with this throughout the rest of your life. This man gave up his family for you. Suppose it's his mother or father that passed away and they never spoke to each other ever again. And at some point, suppose this man even turn around starting to resent you. You're still gonna say love is love? Love conquers all? We got to be real. We got to be real when it comes to these things. And on top of that, you're gonna bring children in even into this scenario. Into a family that despises you, that hates you, because you two living on the code of love is love and love conquers all. To me, maybe that's some kind of selfishness as well, because I don't believe in this thing. To me, it's common sense, common knowledge that overrides this thing. In some cases, some family, yeah, they accept and they turn around and, welcome the person. But in some cases, the family, mm-mm, even to their dying day, on their deathbed, they still unwelcome the person into the family. And you want to be into a family like that. The moment you come to realize that somebody don't like you, they despise you, and it doesn't matter what you do to show them love or love them, to me, you have no business being around such person, much as to go into their family and even bring offsprings. It's different sometimes if it's workplace, because you know what, you can easily say, well, we're in a workplace, it is just work or business as usual, we're here to just make the company or whatever money, and we work, get our pay, and we go home, whatever. But imagine you have to be in a family where you gather together on holidays, on birthdays, on, certain special occasion, and then you're in that room sitting with people and they just hate you. The one turn you turn, the gossiping start. You don't know who to trust, because next minute, oh, somebody is plotting to do something to harm you. Is that the way to live? I think people really need to start sitting down and looking into these things before you decide to go and be in a long-term permanent relationship with somebody, knowing that their family do not like you, do not love you, they disregard you, they have no respect for you, but you're standing on this solidness of love is love and love conquers all. No, I'm sorry. To me, common sense conquers all. Common knowledge conquers all. Because when you talk about love, love is something so pure and genuine. It's not hypocritical. It's not pretending. No. And it's carried and supposed to be given free. And you want to live with that for the rest of your life, you know? To say, okay, this man gave up everything for me. We can make it work. We can have a happy family and go off and be happily ever after, and so on. It's not always the case. Yes, some people manage to work out and it work out for the best, but there are many out there that it took it the turn for the worse. And I just want people to start thinking about these things on a serious note. Because the reality is this, people. You have those that love and you have those that hate. And those that love, it doesn't matter what amount of love you try to show and give. There are people out there, your love will not conquer. Your love to them is not love. And in these sort of scenarios, you have to learn to use common sense and common knowledge. You got to know when it's time for you to just say, you know what? We love each other. But unfortunately, this cannot work. Yes, we're going to be broken hearted. We're going to miss each other. But really and truthfully, I am not willing for you to give up your family for me. And it is what it is. We will get over it at the end of the day. It's gonna take a while, but we will get through it, because love is not always love, and love does not always conquer all. So sometimes we need to stop lying to ourselves and be careful of what we even say to others out there, because it is not always the truth. And when reality hits home, it can be one of the hardest things. I have listened to so many people out there stories regarding stuff, things that they've been through. And I always ask myself this question: if only maybe they had took time out to sit down and analyze this thing when we use that term and say love, love is love, love conquers all. People will change, when the reality is it is not always the case. Some people, they're just set in their way and they will never ever change. In the physical, in the spiritual. So don't set yourself up, you know, for a mental breakdown, or because you have a point to prove to somebody or people out there. Enough of this pretense and hypocrisy. We got to start being honest and open with each other when it comes to certain things, because this is why the world is in so much turmoil at the moment. Because we use some little cliche words all the time and think, oh, this is how it goes. It's the same way people do and say things, and if you don't like it and you disapprove of it, you see the next side to them that you've never even seen. And this is how you know who is real from who is fake, under false pretense. We're in a season where we have to be very careful, and it's no time to be playing about. Continue to pray for your loved ones. Pray for yourself and pray for others out there. Because there's a lot of deception and confusion going on in this world at the moment. Anyway, my people, stay blessed, stay beautiful. Common sense, common knowledge, who lacks it, ask the Creator to grant you wisdom, knowledge, and understanding so you can get a more insight, depth of things. Stay safe, and don't forget, drink up your water.